Welcome to Graveyard Tours. I am in Pennsylvania, and this is an old graveyard that I found just driving, and it is a Lutheran church. The church has been rebuilt, obviously, so you can see that the church has been rebuilt, but I don't really have a lot of information on this, but it's an old cemetery. And it's still being used. You can see, obviously, that you have, from the 60s. The sun is pretty bright here. So you have the 60s, even up in the 90s. So this church, obviously, is been rebuilt and is still being used a lot. But this graveyard is pretty old. This is 1898. Died September. And then, of course, this was a remake, probably the family. This is the Lohr, L-O-H-R family, because that's Lohr here too. So the family, yeah, it says here, erected by great-great-grandchildren, so they paid for a new headstone. Oh, actually, this is the names of the two people. Okay, I got it now. So this is Thomas J. here. So their family must still be here. Probably, maybe they even attend this church. And this is Anna Marie. Both Thomas J. died in 1988 and Anna Marie 1898. I mean 1888, 1898. So 10 years later. And you do have veterans out here too. So it looks like probably Civil War. Thank you for your service. No, this is Korea War, yes, Korea War. Husband and father, Eugene Weebly. Thank you for your service. And here's another World War II veteran. Thank you for your service. Oh, another Weebly, wow. He must died right after the war and died in 1948. And oh, and here's another Weebly. So this World War II, died in 1951, so he made it through the war. Thank you for your service. Yeah, there's quite a few veterans out here, but like I said, it's definitely a mixture, mostly of old, and there's some new out here. And this is a child's headstone, and that's unusual because there's nothing on there on either side. That's very unusual. But it's definitely a child's headstone because of the baby lamb on the top. So very unusual, not with no name. 1901. Oh, and this is yeah, that's Civil War. 1901. It says Father Aaron Berkeley. Oh, and these are all Berkeleys here. Berkeleys. This is interesting. So they have quite a few of these steeple type of, if you see those, there's actually quite a few of them out here. So this looks like it's the much older part here. We'll go through there too. John Noggle, it looks like 1809. And it's just usually they got, oh yeah, here's another one, okay. Susanna. Okay. This is unusual. And this is another Noggle. Very unusual. And here's another Noggle. Yeah, look at that. And for them to, and also this is died March 1902. His wife died November 1918. Okay, and thank you for your service, because he is 61, 65. Must be Vietnam veteran. I don't know. My history isn't all of that. Sometimes I get. Yeah, this one's kind of worn out. Okay, so let's go on this side here. guess the sun is pretty bright. Wife of John Kallenbog, mother. This must be the father here, Kallenbog. That's a very unusual name. Kaltenbog, maybe. It sounds German, I don't know. And then here's another one. So they're probably, and this was 1800. It says 1800 there. So, oh, these are old here. Yeah, more Kaltenbogs. 1901, 1909, 1873. Wow, this is a whole family of them. So they must have been a member of the Lutheran Church here from a long time ago. And these are also Kaltenbogs too, but much older. Actually, the dates are gone on those. So, yeah, some of these dates, you can't read them. These are also Kaltenbogs. You can barely, I don't know if you can see it, but I can barely read it, but it's the same name. And this is unusual. I've never seen this. Somebody added this placard, Catherine Nagel Kaltenbog. Huh? So, and they fixed you can see the concrete patches. They fixed her headstone and then put that was very nice. So here, it looks like they take care of this graveyard here very well. Actually, this looks like a very old one here. I'm looking for a date. Looks like 1808 or something like that. So this is pretty old cemetery. And here you have some, looks like just the initials. That just says E on it, that's it. And that says CSG, just initials. I don't know why some people did that. I don't know. I guess maybe, because affordability. I'm not sure. This is really worn down. So this is really old. So this is 1890. Oh, I thought it said 1830. Son of Berkeley. 1890. Okay, so, and here's another veteran out here. So let's see. World War II, Philip Berkey. Oh, okay. Thank you for your service. So Berkey. So these are all the Berkeys. And this is an old one here. And this is a Berkey too. That looks like World War I. Yeah, this. Yeah, okay. So it looks like out here in this cemetery they would put the actually, so these are Berkeys, all of these are Berkeys, and then also over there, they're all Berkeys. So it must have been a giant family out here that belonged to this church, because there are all a lot of Berkeys on this whole row back here. So we looked at those. 1901, John. That's a weird name here. Raudebusch. Raudebusch? Huh. It sounds German too. I could be way off. I have no idea. More in the ground. Weebly. Died looks like 1881. The sun's very bright today. Elsa. Died 1890. Here's another. What's this here? Thank you for your service, Samuel Weebly. Now I haven't seen this veterans flag like this before. This is a new one for me. A member of Colonel K Regiment, PA volunteer, died 1886. So definitely age 49. Definitely Civil War. Yeah. Wow, look at that. But that's something new. Never seen that. Samuel Weebly, thank you for your service. Age 1886. And here is completely ruined. Nothing, you literally cannot see nothing on that. John Harshberger, died 1910. Thank you for your service. You Army Corps. USPA volunteer. Yeah, Civil War. U.S. Army Corps Civil War. Yeah. Just so you see it. So, Civil War. Yeah, just one. Oh no, here's another. Lavina Harshberger. That's probably was his wife. Yeah, it's kind of a unique place. It's like almost. I can't read that. Yeah, here's Hirschbergers. So yeah, it looks like they, again, they just put all the families in one row. 1904. Yeah, it's hard to see a little bit because the sun is literally right in my eyes. I have to hold my hand above my forehead here to try to block out the sun. Even having a pair of shades is not helping that much. This is unusual. Of course, the top was broke off. 1895 or 1898, I'm not sure. I can't read the name. Here's a nice big headstone here. Hiram Hirschberger. Born, died 1901. And Catherine, his wife, died 1946. Hirschberger. Yeah, some of these names you just don't find anymore, really. I mean, not that often. But here's an old one. Reuben Miller. Looks like died 1805. It has a rose. I've never seen that one, that kind either, and very thick. It's very thick. Look how thick that is. There's a rose right there. I've never seen that kind. Yeah, Marcia Miller, 1871. Yeah, this is an old graveyard. Probably started in mid 1800s. Reuben Martha Miller. So yeah, here's all the Millers. And this one's unreadable, but it's probably a Miller also. Okay, so yeah, interesting. So each one that I go to also, you get different feelings, and I don't know, maybe it's from coming to a lot of these graveyards that I'm starting to pick up more the feelings and more energies. Here's U.S. Army Korea. Wow, you don't see too many Korean veterans. Thank you for your service. Fred J. Lohr, U.S. Army Korea, died 2008. That's a really beautiful headstone. It's white marble. Very nice, very nicely done. Yeah, so like I said, you get different feels. So again, this is not very big graveyard, and these are all newer back here. There's a couple older ones here and there. It looks like an older one here. Let's go look at it real quick. I don't know if I can see any. Looks like 1890s. Our son. So yeah, this is Warwick. That's an unusual name. You see a lot of unusual names. You're probably not going to run into anymore. Barely. So his wife, Catherine, his wife, doesn't have a date on it. So she's either still alive, but she's got to be, no, she can't still be alive. She wanted to be buried here, obviously. So I've seen this a few times. They don't finish the date because they think they're going to die in the 1900s. And they, who knows? Maybe she got put into a home and then forgotten about from family members, or didn't have any leftover family members to put her where she wanted to be with her husband. So, it's sad. Nora Thomas, December 20, 1909. And what's this say? October 4th, 1910. What? Just 1 year old. Oh, just a child. I don't like to see those. Yeah, so that woman probably got put into a home. Probably couldn't go to the church anymore. They forgot who she was, and it could have been anything. So, Jacob Weeble, 1907, 93rd Regiment, PA volunteer. Thank you for your service. This has got to be Civil War. Yeah, this is Civil War. Okay. Yeah, so it's like sometimes we don't, you can plan for things, but doesn't mean it's always going to happen. And here's 2 headstones. This is just laying. No, these are tight to each other, so I don't know what the situation of that is. Yeah, so you get different feelings every place you go to. It literally has a life of its own, you know. And so here, I'm not really feeling anything, to be honest with you. So I've been contemplating doing a cemetery tour, going back to one of the spooky ones that I've been to for Halloween, or near Halloween. Ringler, Nellie. I want to be respectful, okay? So I'm not doing it just for the heck of it, you know. I want to be respectful, but and I don't know what I'm doing, that's for sure. But these are all Ringlers. Yeah, but the one, if you go back to my other videos, I think the title was Spookiest Graveyard I've been to. I can't remember, but that's the one I want to go back to, because it's that I really got a feeling there. Infant daughter, Weeble. Yeah, like I said, I don't like to see the children ones. That one I really did get a huge. I mean, you get different feelings at different places. Here, I'm not feeling hardly anything here, but that one over there. And I remember I researched it. I got to find it again, you know, because I don't have a perfect memory where I remember all these places are at. I don't, but I'll find it, because I had the name of it, and that place scared me. Like, I was there, and it was the one that had a graveyard in the back. Then I found out later that the church burned down, and they just saved the graveyard, and they were still burying people. Mostly a lot of vets were buried there, but in the back, that's where I got the feeling. Like, I swear that place, something's there. I don't know what, but something is there. And that's where I found a big pile of headstones just laying in a trash pile. Probably that's, you know, spirits there is probably pissed off. I don't blame them. But anyway, so this place here is between Holsapple and what does that say, Buckstown. Here's a cornfield. You know, this is bear country too, folks. So bears do come out these areas. So what does that say? Yeah, it says Buckstown, Holsapple and Buckstown. Yeah, they got some weird names out here. They got some weird names, some of these weird names, but without being disrespectful, on the headstones. And then the towns. I have to laugh sometimes, because they got some really weird names. So yeah, just to show you, Holsapple. Where are you going to find a town called Holsapple? I mean, Buckstown I can understand, probably because a lot of